Good morning to our viewers across Africa and beyond. Welcome to Breakfast Central on News Central Television. I am Osaugi Ogbawa, welcoming you to Africa Day. And yes, you will see a lot of very, very interesting outfits on your television screens today. We're happy to celebrate the continent and we're happy to celebrate Africa. Good morning, Olive.
Good morning, Africa. Thank you very much for joining us, and happy Africa Day to you from wherever in the world you're watching us. This is Breakfast Central. We are excited to celebrate Africa Day today, talking about the beauty in our cultural diversity, talking about the strength of our culture, and also highlighting not just the successes, but some of the challenges that we can look forward to making Africa a more united continent. Osalge, today is going to be a day of pomp and pageantry and color here on News Central.
Yes, absolutely. And, there's going to be a lot of conversations about the continent and about, what ways you would like to celebrate, your continent. Yesterday we spoke about, what you want to see from Africa and what you expect in the future from Africa. And I did state, a couple of things that I think I would like to see change. But at the same time, I'm also thinking that, a little bit of the African fashion, I'm not sure what direction it needs to go, if it needs to be pushed out more or if it needs to maybe change, because, I feel like these are some of the things that bring the narrative of, when you hear about Africa, you start thinking about lions and elephants, and buffaloes.
Right.
Because it really is centered around, I feel like it's centered around the way we also represent, Africa. When you portray the continent, like if you look at the animation, across the Africa Day that we've created now, it still has that same red sand, forests looking thing, and I feel like, those things need to slightly start to change a little bit, and so that Africa can be portrayed in a different light.
So I don't necessarily agree that they need to change per se. I just think that we need to highlight. We have to be the ones
to highlight the other sides.
The other
yes,
sides.
Yeah, I agree.
And even these sides as well. I think there is a certain uniqueness, a beauty in our culture and in the way that we dress and the way that we carry ourselves.
Yeah.
No longer should it be saying that, why are you wearing native to work on a Monday? Because it's assumed that what is corporate or what is fitting for an office is a suit and not an African attire.
I totally agree.
There's so many areas we need to rethink and redefine when it comes to talking about the African culture. We have breakfast headlines, and Dakbo Adeboye is here with us. Good morning, Dakbo.
Good morning, Olive. Good morning, Osa. You guys look absolutely dashing.
And so do you.
Osa, I was supposed to say my fellow senator, right? Olive, I love your hairdo this morning.
Thank you.
Really African,
Thank
right?
you.
And
Thank
of course, I could, eavesdrop on your conversation. I think Africa is really a beautiful continent. Our culture, our diversity, our language, the tribe. I mean, there's so much storytelling when it comes to Africa, and I think it's not even been explored enough yet, right? And a few days back, I was watching a documentary on some of the beautiful, ways of life, particularly in Kenya when it comes to the Maasai people. And I got to understand that, there's so much when it comes to, their way of life and also their story. So for me, I think that days like this showcase the beauty of the African continent.
I promise you that we've only told a fraction of all that there is to Africa's cultures and stories. And like you said, we must be the one to tell our stories, which is exactly what we do here on News Central, because we believe Africa first. But let's share with you what our top stories this morning are on Breakfast Central.